Welcome to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage. Today we're going to be having a look at Pepe. Let's get into the price action and see what's going on. Okay, so primarily what we're talking about is two ideas within this count, that either we have a high set in place here and we're looking for a deeper retracement to the downside, or alternatively that this is 1, 2, 3. This all becomes a fourth wave here, and then we're actually still looking for this fifth wave to the upside. So the key level for this that we were talking about previously was this 9466, and speaking about this needing to hold in order for us to continue to look at this as a fourth wave. Now, we were talking about a couple of things on the internal counts over here. We were looking for that possibility that we were possibly forming some kind of a diagonal here, but then after we lost this low, that would invalidate that move. So we're discussing this as a clear invalidation and saying once we lost that 786, it was a bit less likely. Now, the way that we also talked about this, which is actually worked out quite well, was we were looking for the potential that we had a more complex move, where we're looking at this as W, X, Y, and X, and one more leg to the downside in a Z wave. Now, this actually came down and hit this 1-to-1 pretty much on the head here. And what we're looking for now is whether we are actually looking to move away from this zone in a fifth wave. So the fifth wave target area would actually be up here towards this 1102946 to this 0633182 area. So this would be a typical fifth wave zone. And what we'd be looking for is basically for this move to start to develop a bigger impulse to the upside, looking for a bigger move up here to take these highs of this third wave and potentially move into this higher range. Now, what we'd want to see if this is actually taking place is the potential that we are forming a 5-wave move. So because of the fact that we're looking for this as a potential fifth wave looking to start, there's a couple of things we need to keep in order for this count to stay alive. We have to stay above this zone of this 105109. And what I'm looking for here is actually a retracement between this 121747 to this 160671. Now we've come down into this 0.382 area, but we've only just not even touched it. So as a wave 2, this would be very shallow if this is the case. So I'm thinking there's a possibility that we could actually still have continuation to the downside here, where potentially this move is not completed yet. So what I'm looking out for here is if we do maintain this low of this 161415, I'm looking to see if we get this move as an A, a B, and a C to the upside. Now, this C wave 1-to-1 would actually be here at this 19369 or for this current low. If we do actually push up higher, potentially we could even move up as high as this 1618, which would bring us into this 0.618 area, which would also be looking to challenge the swing high here, which would be towards this zone here of this 189298. Really, as long as we stay below this zone of this 197664 area, what we could look for is actually continuation to the downside in one more leg here. Ideally, I'd like to see this come down a little bit deeper, but at least towards this 382 to this 50%, possibly even just coming back into this channel line and retesting this previous structure here as a fourth wave, which is currently sitting towards this 154497 area. It would be a lot neater if we do see this move into here, but we need to also just be aware that if this is a wave 2 that is completed here, where this is just A, B, and C, what we could be looking for is starting to set up for a 5-wave move to the upside. So if we do maintain this low and we get this as a 1-2, we get a bigger third wave up to this 1618, we get a fourth wave and a fifth wave to the upside, then what we could see is another 3-wave retracement, and then this move could start to develop into this bigger third wave. But the third wave would have to move up towards this 451323 area as a 1.618 for, better confirmation that we are actually within that move. What we need to be careful of here is that we don't just form a 3-wave move, A, B, and C to the upside, and potentially look to target out this range here of this 295256 area. So this would be an interesting zone if we do move up here, because this would be a 1-to-1 of this as an A, B, and a C. Alternatively, we do have another zone lower down here, which is particularly interesting to me. And I'm just going to throw this 786 on here as well. So this little rectangular box area that I've got here this has a 0.618 of the entire move to the downside in it, as well as a naked point of control on the daily. So this could be quite an interesting level. If we do actually move back up into this zone in a 1-to-1 area, this could actually be a rejection, and then we could look to break down. Now this wouldn't fit into this idea of having an additional fifth wave here, because if we reject here and we take this low, it becomes less likely that this is a fourth wave, and we'd have to treat this as a bigger corrective structure. So that would be looking at this move rather in this manner here, where we are looking as a completed move into this high here. And what we'd be looking for is then a deeper retracement, looking to actually bring us down deeper into this green box area. So we have come towards this 382 here, which is sitting at this 124,195. And what I'd want to see here is actually a deeper retracement than this. It is potentially possible that we could actually see this as a completed move, as a wave 2, and then we just progress up from here. But typically speaking, we normally see these moves come down deeper. So what I'm looking out for within this count is the possibility that we could have a move that's not completed yet. So if this is a bigger correction, what we could see is something like this, where actually this just becomes an A wave here. We look for this B wave to the upside, and then we look for the C wave to the downside. Now, once again, I've got this little zone over here between this 258,460 to this 256,529 area, which is sitting right on this 0.618 retracement to the upside as well. So we have a couple of zones within here that could indicate a reaction if we do move up into these levels. So we'll be keeping an eye on that area here. Obviously, if we do move up higher, we do have this 786 sitting here towards the 329,324 area, which, potentially we could actually even see a test of some of these swing highs here before looking for this continuation to the downside in a C wave. So we need to just be aware of the fact that if we do move up higher here, potentially we could see a rejection still here and look to break down. So we want to see whether we actually start to develop that good impulsive structure here. But as long as we remain below this zone of this 329,324, we need to be a little bit cautious of the fact that we could see a continuation to the downside, and we could see this actually break down towards some of these lower areas over here. So the reason why this area down here is actually interesting to me is, first off, it would be a 1-to-1 off of this 0.618. Obviously, if we had to move down directly, which I don't think is likely, I think, this does look like a 5-wave move here, so I would be anticipating another C wave to the upside, but we'll have to just wait and see whether that actually manages to hold support above this 104,253. But if we did have to get a move up towards that zone we were talking about, that 0.618, that would actually tie into us actually coming back into this lower little zone that I've got drawn out here. So now this little zone over here is basically a golden pocket, and there's also a daily naked point of control within this zone. Now the golden pocket within this would be looking at this move as as basically coming back into this little area here. So we need to be aware there is that possibility we could see this move come back into here. Obviously, it could also look to retest this low that was set here, and we could then actually look to move back to the upside from this point. So we have to give it a bit of space and see how this move plays out. But really, if we only form 3-wave move to the upside here, we need to be careful of that idea of actually breaking down one more time. And this zone here of this 50% would be very interesting to me. Even if we don't manage to get down as low as this level here, I do think we're going to expect some kind of a reaction towards this zone of this 83478 area. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. This could potentially be something like, if we move up in 3 waves here, we might get something 1, 2, 3 into this zone. We get a 4th and then a 5th wave, which takes us down into some of these levels. So this is what I'm looking out for on the bigger picture here. Potentially we could just see this move develop as an A, B, and a C to the upside, and then we actually look to break down in a 5-wave move. So this is why it's going to be key, if we're looking for that bullish target, to actually get back above this zone of this 329,324 area and take these highs. For as long as we fail to do that, we could actually be looking for this bigger drop down into these areas here. So this is what I'm looking out for, potential move that looks at this as a completed structure as either an A or a wave 1. We get a bigger A, B, and a C, which brings us down into some of these lower ranges here. And then this would become our B wave or our wave 2. And then possibly we could see another 5-wave structure to the upside here. Because we don't have a lot of information, we don't really know where within the cycle this is. This could become another 1, 2, or alternatively, this could be a 5 of a smaller degree, and then we get this as a bigger 4th wave, and then we get another 5-wave move to the upside. So we don't have a lot of price history here. We just have from the 19th of April, so it really isn't that much to go on. So we just need to keep an eye on some of these key levels here and see how we react. If we are looking to come down deeper here, like I said, I do think that this lower range could potentially offer us, some zones that we could look for a reversal, but just based off of some of the structure within here, and in regards to the naked points of control, and that's 0.618 to that 0.65. Alternatively, I will be keeping an eye out as well for this 50% move here, which could look to bring us back into this channel line again. So we'll have to keep an eye on this, see exactly how this plays out. But until we actually start to break out past some of these regions, we need to be aware that this move still could look to break down again as a C wave. Like I said, I'm not primarily looking at this as a B wave already, but if we take this low here towards this 105.384, we'd have to argue that we already potentially just formed a move to the upside, which is corrective, and then would have a C wave down. Because if we get this move up here and we actually take the low, it can only either be a correction or somehow there's a flat within here. But I don't really like the structure of saying that this would be A, B, and C. But we'd have to just keep an eye on it. So if we do maintain this low, potentially we can look to push to the upside. But if we start to lose this low, then I would be looking for these lower targets here towards this 83478 region, primarily looking for this 4th wave, and then looking for that possibility that we could actually see a deeper retracement into these levels. So the bullish scenario here, the key thing that we need to see within this is actually maintaining this low here. We need to maintain this 105, 109, and then really I wouldn't want to see a drop too much lower than this zone here of this 121.747. Now this higher range here, if we do actually come back into the 786 area, there is a little bit of confluence within here with some of these areas that we do have a naked point of control sitting here towards this 117.716, and then potentially if we did come down and actually take this purple line, this would be a daily swing failure pattern if it reverses. And alternatively, if we come back down this lower range here, the problem is if we take this low, it destroys the bullish count here. But if we had to come back into the 786, there is a little bit of confluence within this zone, because this also actually has the 0.382 of the entire move to the upside. So it would be interesting to see whether we find support on this line once again and then look to move away from this area. Now we also have some other interesting zones down here, because within this area here we also have this value area low that's sitting down here towards this zone of this 142,300 area. So potentially this could actually, this is a little bit different now. So it's actually sitting towards this 50%, which is towards this 1500 zone. So if we do get another push down here, this is potentially somewhere where we could look to actually find support come in. So keep an eye on this level. That would be a 50% retracement as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below, and also in the description you'll find a link to Discord. Come check it out. It's free to join. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.